think it's all right. Hi guys, it's Miss Skilmer again. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, but I wanted to just kind of touch base since our math has actually increased with intensity and with the using more than just knowing what numbers are and being able to add them together. We've now moved on to something called missing addend. That is when you know the sum of the number equation. Oh, me. What is going on? All right. Hopefully, I don't know if that took. So sorry. Something just popped up. So if it messed up, let me just introduce again. We have intensified the rigor and the requirements of math for kindergarten. We're doing more than just numbers and what it means to have 5 of something or to add 2 numbers together, or subtract numbers, or do a story problem, which are all the things that our kids can do. But now we have moved on to missing addend, where you have a number sentence or an equation, and you have the sum, and you have one of the parts or one of the addends of the equation, and you need to find the missing one. So let me do a screen share so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, share this. All right, so what we have, made it one of my notebooks what we use on the smartboard. This right here is the number sentence or the equation that they may see. And it's 3 plus what number is the same as 7. And some of the strategies that we've used to solve this is a number line. And it's worked really well with a lot of the kids. And we talk about the different parts of this number equation or number sentence. And one of the parts is the sum, which is the 7. It always it can come before or after the same as symbol. And the other parts are the addends or the differences. So in this one, we're trying to find the addend. We're trying to find out what number can be added to 3 to make 7. So what we've talked about is using a number line and marking the 7. So putting dot at the 7 because that's the number that we know that we need to reach. Then we put a dot at the number, the other number, the known part in the number sentence. So that would be 3 because that's the part that we know. Now, we need to figure out how many more it's going to take 3 and turn it into 7. So we do that with hopping on the number line. We're adding, so we are going to connect the dots with hops. 2, 3, 4. Sorry, and I'm trying to do this with my mouse. There are 4 hops. So if you have 3 and you add 4 more, it will get you to 7. So that is one way that we could do it. Let's erase this so you can see another. So let's make it easier on myself. And let's make 8. Okay, so we're trying to make 8. The known sum, the number we're trying to get to is 8. We know one of the parts is a 3 to get to that 8. So we're going to mark 8 on the number line because we know we're trying to get to 8. We mark the 3 on the number line because we know that's where we can start counting. It uses that strategy of counting on for the kids. So we're going to start at 3 and let's connect the 3 to 8 or count on to 8 from 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we have 5 as our missing addend. The kids have also used illustrations to show how to get this. And the illustrations, they draw dots, they draw circles, it's whatever. It's just something quick and easy. So I always tell them let's draw circles really quick. To do that, we start with 8. We're going to go with 8 circles because we know that's how many we're supposed to end up with. We know we have 8. So bear with me. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, This comes in like with our decomposing, which is what we did before our missing addend, to decompose a number, then to break it down into 2 parts, at least for kindergarten. And other grade levels, they'll break it into 3 parts or multiple parts. But here in kindergarten, we're only going to break it into 2 parts. Where our known part is 3. So we are going to box in the 3 because that's what we know that we have. Then the ones outside of the box are how many more we need to turn that 3 into 8. And it works out as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our missing addend is 5. Now, some kids, they may be able to flip it and understand that they could subtract. Start with 8, count back 3. That will give you 5. It just depends on what works best for them. But just using these 2 strategies for actually them getting pencil and paper and working it out. They also can use cubes. We have something called a part-whole chart. Let me draw that for you. It's got a big circle at the top, which is the whole number or the sum that we're trying to reach. And then there are 2 like little satellites off from that. These are the 2 parts. So this is a part. This is a part. And it doesn't usually look this bad, so I'm sorry. And this is your whole number. So in the problem that we just did, 8 is the same as 3 plus 5. 8 would be our whole number. That's the sum. That's the number we're trying to get to. We knew that 1 is one of the parts, or one of the addends is 3. So this is the number we need to try and figure out. In this, they would use cubes, just the regular cubes. You could use, since you don't have cubes at home, you could use beans, you could use M&Ms, Skittles, just anything that they can move and count and get a sum of, and then break it apart to pull 3 off to one side, and however many's left would be the missing addend, the 5. Okay. I think that's it for math. For the most part, my friends are totally rocking it out in math. I love math. First in math has been something that we've been working on in the classroom. I know that we've sent home cards. Some of the kids have said that they are able to access it online. So just know if they're not doing it at home, be here in the classroom. In the morning when they come in and do their morning work, it kind of gives incentive for them to get in here, get to work, get it done, and then they can have some time on our Chromebooks and have a couple of laptops as well in the classroom where they can work on First in Math. We also have tablets, and let me get that because I wanted to show you this really cool app that the kids have been using. I wrote a grant through Donors Choose to get these tablets, and they won't let me access the internet from the school system, so I just go home and I put apps on here. And I found a really cool app called Math Duel. And we're trying to build automaticity with the kids in their ability to look at a number sentence and know that sum just like that. It's kind of like they know their addition facts. So 1 plus 1 is definitely 2. 2 plus 2 is always 4. 3 plus 2 is always 5. To always have those, because it saves them time for having to get out cubes, to using number lines. They have that in their toolkit in their head. To teach that's when we use the cubes. That's when we use the number lines. But we want them to get that automaticity. Like, I don't have to do that. I always know that 3 plus 2 is 5 or 2 plus 3 is 5. It's always going to be that. And I can pull that out so I can quickly solve these problems. The name of this is called Math Duel. And it's really, really cool. There's 2 people can play. There's one person on this end and one person on this end, and they look, and they both have the same equation. So 2 plus 0 is, and then they have to quickly be the first one to tap the answer, and it's 2. And then, the next one comes up, and it's always a competition. You hear it, maybe they're going, but it's building that number automaticity with the addition facts. They also have subtraction. You can make it a little bit harder, so it's going to kind of follow them because it goes a little bit harder and does the first grade facts. But right now it's just doing these basic 0 to 10, adding and subtracting, and you can mix it up so that they can try and figure out, is it an addition problem, is it a subtraction problem. It's a very cool app, and they enjoy doing it. We have a lot of contests in the classroom because we have a lot of competitive people in here, and I'm trying to promote that, but in a very good way. So that's pretty much it for math. If you have any questions about anything that we send home or ask the kids to do, please let me know. Like I said, the kids are just making tremendous progress, and this is the time of the year that they just take off, and it is amazing. I am really proud of what our kids did for the mid-year assessments for reading. I had a lot of kids, just be at grade level or above, and I was super stoked about that. The ones that were right there on the cusp, a couple more weeks in guided reading, and boom, they're right on grade level too. So just keep reading with your kids at home, keep working on those sight words. That's the big thing. When I noticed, I looked back at their assessment that the reading specialists conducted, the sight words trip them up. Those words said, it's so hard for them to sound it out, because when they put it together and blend it back together, it just doesn't make any sense. We've been pushing those words their way words, that word work that they come home in their little spelling notebook. That has been a huge help, because they're learning those beginning sounds, those blends, those digraphs, that SH, TH, WH. And when they see it in a text, they're able to go, oh, I did that in spelling, and I can get my mouth ready, and I know what that says. They learn these words, and these words they can use to what I'm trying to say is trying to make it so that they can read other words. Let me do something for it, because it's hard for me to explain. So I'm going to use this again. Let's go back. So like the word out, O-U-T. Okay, it does not fit any spelling pattern. If they did it, they would go out. And really, if they kept saying that, it just wouldn't click with them. But because we've learned that sight word out, we can build and make other words. We can make shout. Because they know out, they can make shout. Because they know this O-U-T spelling pattern, they could even read cloud, because they have learned that O-U says ow, out, shout, cloud. They can do that. So we're getting them to recognize the letters and the partnerships inside of those words, how it can change. And if they know this one word, they'll be able to read lots of other words. And I like that. And that's why I've really pushed their words their way, because they have totally just done a great job with that. All right. So hopefully this wasn't a whole lot of rambling. I tried to keep it focused. It's been a Friday. It's almost Valentine's, and we had lots and lots of sugar, and they were really riled up. But I hope you guys have a really good weekend. Like I said, anytime you have any questions or concerns, let me know. I'm going to try to do another video over the weekend for writing, because I want some more details in their writing. So I'm going to show you how we can get that out of them, and what we can do to get them ready for that first grade writing, because they're well on their way, but we need to start putting in some details in there. So I hope you have a good weekend.